Okay. Hey guys, Jessica here once again. Okay, so as we know, this is a great start. As we know, this is a small channel. And honestly, if someone like requests something, I will. I can't speak today. Oh, per usual. Nothing new. Nothing new. If someone requests something, there's like a 99.99% chance that like I'll do that video because I can, because like why not. So I think her name is Elle. I will put the comment here somewhere around there. Okay, so I have 5 books here that I have read that I've like, I guess in a way, yeah, they have like changed my lives. I'm losing it. I have one life. They've changed my life, all for different reasons. I'm gonna go through all of them, and then I'm gonna speak about the book that I actually got today and my next book on the list. And actually, I have so many, like, and actually, one of the books I'm about to talk about, like one of the 5 books, we're gonna have to have an actually counter up here. I'm reading it right now, so I'm not 100% done it, but I love it, and I think to date it may be my favorite book that I've ever read. I don't know what's wrong with my English today. Okay, so we're gonna go with the first one. Okay, honestly, this book here is kind of like everyone talks about it, but there's also a reason why everyone talks about it, because it's that good. So, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, sorry. Okay, this book is honestly, it's everything. It's everything plus more. There's so much knowledge in it, and you learn so much about money. The thing about this book is that I think it's the first, how do I explain this? Yeah, I guess it's the first book I read out of the 5 that I'm about to show. So that means like it's the oldest out of the 5 that I read. The other 4 are more recent. So I'm definitely gonna have to read this book again, because it's a book that like you can read multiple times and you'll find out, I've only read it once, but so I've heard, you can read it multiple times and you always find out something new. Like you learn more about like money, and like there's stories in it from like other successful wealthy people and like how they got to where they are. Honestly, this book, there's literally knowledge like every page, every single page. I remember reading this and like, I say this for like all the books, they changed my life, but seriously, I read this, I was like, okay, like I don't even know how to explain, like this potential to have what you want financially, because obviously this is like a whatever financial book, but it's more than finance guys. It's more than finance. I think everybody should read this book at least once. Once you read it, you're gonna want to read it again. I personally haven't like went back to like right back to it, just because I have so many books on my list to read that I want to like read some of those and then go back to it. But like this, I might be reading it after the next book, because like when I saw that comment, I was like, okay, obviously like this book is going to be on, should I just leave it up here because I keep promoting, this book is going to be on the list obviously. But I was even thinking like I should read this book again. It is just so good. When you read someone's story, you're like, okay, this is possible, because if it's been done, you can do it too. I'll just drop the mic on that one. So book number 2, I don't really have an order for it, but I knew I wanted it out first. Let me still do this. The 4 Agreements. Everyone knows about this book. I feel like everyone knows about all these books. Like, I don't know. 4 Agreements. This book, so basically, I actually did read this one twice. I lied. I read it like 1.5 times. Because the first time I read like a half of it or 3/4 of it. And then I did it for my recent like book report in school, like 3 months ago-ish. And I was like, oh wow, like, yes. So there's 4 agreements, as the title says. Be impeccable with your words. Don't take anything too personally. Do everything to the best of your ability. I don't remember the last one. Do things to the best of your ability. Oh my gosh. don't make assumptions. Anyways, yes, it's very good. And those 4 agreements, basically, I think it's manual. Don Miguel, oops. Basically, if you follow those 4 agreements, your life will like automatically up level. Because those 4 agreements, and they're hard. He even says in it, it's like, you're like, for you to actually get to that point where every day you're constantly following these 4 agreements, it's going to be hard. It's going to take time. It's going to take a long time. Like, it's not just an overnight thing. But that's what I just try to do every day. Like, some days it's like, some days you don't, let's say, don't take anything personally. You know, we're like living in a role right now where it's very hard for that to happen. Something happens and you're just like, oh, like that was like an attack on me. Everyone, honestly, we're in a world where everyone's ego is like a little bit too big. But the truth has been said. But it's true though. Don't make assumptions. That's the one. I think that's like my, now I look at them. Yeah, I think that's like my hardest one. Don't make assumptions, because I am that person that kind of like wants to get to like the final point of everything. This video is not about me, it's about my books. But anyways, I'm that person that wants to get to the final point of something. So if I can't really figure it out, I'm going to assume something, which is obviously wrong to do. But yeah, this book, and it's a very easy read. I think I read this in like, I was away when I read it in like 2 days or something. I had time, but like still, it's a very easy book. It's 140 pages, less than that, because the end is just like talking about some random stuff. About 135 pages or so. So I'd recommend this. Like this, as I said, it did change my life. It did change my life, but it's also like you have to follow those 4 agreements. And like another thing too, they're not hard to follow, but they're hard to follow altogether. You know, it takes a while. I haven't even got to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm living the 4 agreements every day. It's hard. It's hard, but you know, it's one day at a time. It's one step at a time. And I truly feel that once you're able to live with these 4 things, life is,
it's like so much better on the other side.
These are the 4 things that like control us the most. So the 4 things that like are the hardest to change. And then, so I don't even know if I want to talk about it. In the beginning of the book, he talks about how like, when you're born like a clean slate. I kind of said this in my, it's weird, in my Black Lives Matter video. But like when you're born a clean slate. And then I think that's where I was thinking of this book, and that's where it kind of came from. But he's like, everyone kind of puts things in your belief system. So it's everyone else's beliefs. And then once you grow up, you are the one to be like, okay, this is part of my beliefs I want it to be. Or will I just keep on like believing someone else's belief system? Or something like that. I don't know. But like, good book. The 3rd one, I don't know where to go next. Okay, this is, maybe I should show the book before I start talking about it. The 4-Hour Work Week. Okay, this is another book I need to read again, because honestly, there's like too much information in it. I read like, I think this is one of the books that I read to read, and I don't think I made any major notes. I know while I was going through this book, I was like, okay, this book, like, that's good, that's good, that's great. Like, I need to do that. But there's just so much information. And how much is this book? Like $34 Canadian. Yeah, it's worth it. As I was saying, there's so much information in the book, and I remember like reading things. I'm like, oh my gosh, like you can really do that. You can really do this. But the thing is, I feel like I need to read it again probably after this one, because first of all, now is a time where I'm kind of like starting my whole like holistic business, like mind coach business, stuff like that, whatever. It's in the process, and I need to read this again to actually implement those things into the business, especially maybe like once everything starts going, maybe like September or something, because they're all things I wanted to like they're all things I wanted to implement, but it's like I wasn't in the right position to implement them. Like even now, like, okay, I feel like this is one of the books too that like every page is something what's the word I'm looking for? Something important, something substantial. It's one of those books. So I took to a random page, and we're talking about VAs, virtual assistants here. And like, yeah, for example, a virtual assistant, a lot of people have them. I obviously don't need one right now. It's just, it wouldn't make sense. I can do everything right now. Not that I wouldn't need one in the future, but how I just don't need to implement that right now. And another thing too, at the end he puts like headings, and then he will like recommend books. So this is, I should read it first and then show you guys. Reducing emotional and material baggage, and then he will like recommend books. It's honestly, it's amazing. Muse creation and related skills. He shows you all these websites. It's just so good. How to learn any language in 3 months. Whoa. Negotiating world travel, preparing. Oh yeah, because he likes to travel. It's just, it's too good, guys. It's too good. Please read it. Not necessarily if you're like not really starting your own business, because he does say in the front, escape 9 to 5, live everywhere, and join the new rich. Oh, he talks about the new rich and old rich, which is really good. So if you're just working a normal 9 to 5 and you enjoy it, I don't think it's really for you. But it's for people who are like entrepreneurs, who are like CEO of companies, and they kind of want to like lower the amount of time they're working and get more sales. So literally how he went from $40,000 a year and 80 hours per week to $40,000 per month and 4 hours per week. Boom. That's just what it is. That's just what it be. All his tips in here are just, guys, please, I've been on this book for too long. I think I've been talking about it for like 10 minutes. Okay, read it, please get it.
And the next book, I need to stop singing.
Okay, Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins, yes. Okay, this guy, I don't know how to really explain him. Like, he's not human. So just like, that's where I'm gonna start off with, like the baseline. He's literally not human. Master your mind and defy the odds. The things that he has been through in his life and the things that he has done and continues to do is actually like, it's not known to man for the most part. He's broken like all these world records, and it's just like, it's crazy. He was in the Navy SEAL and the Army, I don't know the technical terms. The military and the Navy SEAL, does that make sense? Hopefully. But yeah, he has done things, oh my gosh, it's so crazy. I just landed on this page. He ran this like, I don't know, 100-mile race many times. Sorry guys, I'm gonna show like a gross picture if you can stomach that. But this is his toe, and it's like blistered or something. Blistered toe after Badwater. And Badwater is like another race, like, I don't know, 1,000-mile race. But yeah, and you saw that blistered toe, and he just keeps going and going. He has this quote where I believe it's, if you're running or whatever, doing exercise, or like you feel at the point where you're done, you're actually at 60% and you have 40% more left in you. And this is the reason why this book is even on the list, because honestly, there will be times, yeah, there will be times where I'm just like, even like running, and I'm like, okay, I'm like, oh, I'm about to give up, I'm gonna like walk the rest of the way. I'm just like, no. David's like, he's like, you can do it, you can do it. The audio of this book is apparently better because he adds more than what's actually in the book. And like, I've never listened to an audiobook, but I think this is like an audiobook I would listen to, because if you don't know him, you can just like search him on Google. His voice is just like, the first time I heard him, I've heard of him first, and then it's a long story. I like heard who he was, and then I was doing the 75 hard challenge. If you don't know what that is, it's like 75 days of just basically 5 rules that are all pretty easy, but doing them all together actually ends up being tough. It's a long, it's too much to explain, but I've done it before. I have videos on my channel. You can just search it up. I'll actually leave a link down below just so you can just click it, whatever. That's not even part of the point. But one of the rules of that challenge is to read 10 pages of like a self-development book, like a business book every day. And this was a book that was like on a lot of people's list. Like, it was even on the owner who created the 75 hard challenge on his list. So it's just really good. He was on Joe Rogan before, or I think a couple times. Like, I can't explain David Goggins. He's just honestly like, there's human, and then there's like superhuman, and then there's him, and that's what he is. He's amazing. And like, and from his background too, and like how he got to where he got to, and the things that he's, oh, guys, there were times I was literally crying in this book. And like his dad, oh my gosh, a lot of abuse, a lot of he lost people in his life have died. But yeah, he had to do, oh my god, like, this actually makes no sense. He did this, okay, if you want to get into the SEAL, I think it's a SEAL, because he did something first and he got into the SEAL, I don't know, or the Navy, whatever. There's this something called Hell Week, which basically, I guess it's 1 week, Hell Week. But I remember him being like, whatever, it's just this like torturous thing where a lot of people give up and they're just like, okay, I have to bleep it out. They're like, whatever, I'm done with this. And David has done that 3 times. I just remember the main point of this whole book, which is basically like, keep on going, you can do it. There's, no matter what your circumstances in the world are, like, oh my gosh. And it's so weird that he actually posted a video, I think yesterday or 2 days ago, about everything that's going on in the world. And he talks about like a little bit about his book and like his story too, because he's obviously a black man. And oh my god, it just reminded me of everything like that he was saying in his book and everything that he's been through. It just, I don't know, I feel like I'm all over the place. But like, David gets you in the mood. Like, I feel like I already exercised today, but am I going to exercise again? Maybe. Like, you just don't feel good enough. Yeah, I don't know, I was saying something before, but then I stopped. Oh yeah, Hell Week. He's just, that's what he is, okay? And I'm gonna go on to the final book, I believe. Oh, this is a book I'm still reading now. Ask and It Is Given by Esther and Jerry Hicks. I'm actually, I need to finish this book. I'm basically maybe halfway, a little bit more than halfway. Anyways, that's beside the point. If you're into like law of attraction, why was I saying that so fast? Manifestation, not even just abundance, but there's more than abundance. Guys, I don't know what this is. Oh, this just randomly slipped out. A receipt. Okay, what is going on? This is the book. This is also another book where it's like every page, literally every page is something substantial. I'll open one random book page. You are a perfect yet expanding being in a perfect yet expanding world and a perfect yet expanding universe. It's just, am I gonna cry? No, I'm not. It's so, I don't know how to explain this book. This book is really hard to explain though. It's just, I don't know. If you're into like spirituality in general, please read this. Is it getting dark in here? Or is it just me? Oh my god, I feel like I haven't I gave all the books like so much love, but this book has like so much love that I can't even express it. That's what I'm talking about. Like, I don't know what else to say about it. It's just like the title literally says what it is. Ask and It Is Given. And literally, like, you are the creator. Oh my gosh, I can make a whole nother video on spirituality, and I think I might. It's just like, you're the creator of your world. Like, whatever you want, you can have it. It sounds like woo-woo, but it's so true. I want to talk about how I manifested where I live right now so badly. Like, that's a whole nother video. Whatever. Just please get it. I'm sorry, I didn't talk a lot about this book, but like, I just don't know what else to say, especially to, I guess, since I'm not really done this, I can't really give you a full review or full talk about it. But it's still like, oh. Even since reading this book, so much good things have happened in my life, and I haven't even implemented everything yet because I'm not done. So just please. Okay. Sorry guys. I need water because like I'm actually screaming. Why did I keep throwing things? Okay. Okay, so now that I'm done with those 5 books, this is the book I got today. Literally saw my receipt, and it's not the, whatever. why did I look at the books and not show you guys the 5 a.m. club? So we all know, not we all know because we don't all know, but I am part of the 5 a.m. club since I did this video of waking up at 5 a.m. for a week, and then it ended up being like 10 days in that video, or like 11 days. I was like, oh, okay, this is just like part of my lifestyle. So that's that. I'm part of that club, and yeah, so I'm just like, why don't I just get it? And also I'm part of another like book club basically. So it's actually my friend who's a coach. She has this like club thing called the Sweet Spot, and this is the book for the month. And I was like, okay, perfect. So yes, Robin Sharma. It's hard because I can't obviously review it or talk about it too much because I don't really know too much about it. I just know there's like scientific facts, and I think stories of other leaders who are also part of the 5 a.m. club.
And oh, you're going to love it, Jess, especially because I know how you like waking up early. But it's basically like, it's not just about waking up early. He breaks down the neuroscience and waking up early with intention. Like, it's kind of like, you know how it's so magical because I was talking about goal setting with intention. He brings that intention part to it. Oh, it just, I can't even explain this, girl. I'm only on chapter 10 and I'm just like, oh my God. And now apparently right now is when like the real deep stuff starts happening. The deep neural science behind it.
And Robin Sharma, oh, this is how he looks like if anybody cares. Let me move myself out of the way and focus on him. He also made the book The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, and a lot of other books. Those are all his books. If anyone seems to care, is that focus? Why is there so much about the monk? Leadership wisdom from the monk who sold his Ferrari. Family wisdom from the monk. Discover your destiny with the monk who sold your secret letters. The secret letters of the monk. Okay. So yes, this is the next book I'm reading. I'm very excited. Hopefully I can finish this one in the next like 2 or I don't know. Honestly, if you guys only saw that, I flew out of my hands and I caught it. Next hopefully 3 to 4 days, and then I could just like start on the 5 a.m. club. But yeah, that's basically it. These are, who knows. Those are the 5 books that have literally changed my life. And yes, as I said, I'm going to be definitely reading these 2 again. And oh yeah, that's it. I was looking at like reading these 2 again, but like what am I gonna do? Read every single book I've read twice, 3 times, 4 times? These are like, you kind of get them, but whatever. I'm done. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoy this video, everyone, plus the person who requested this. I keep thinking your name is Elle or Ella. I don't know if I said Elle before or Ella. Okay, bye guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for visiting my area. I should call this like my corner because like I'm always here on my bed, but it's not Jessica's corner, it's Jessica's area. Hope everyone's staying safe. Hope everyone's staying healthy. Yes, there is so much going on in the world, and I hope this video like brighten up your day somehow. I will also leave links below of all the books and of ways to support the Black Lives Matter movement. There will be a lot of things down below, and there will also be videos of, if you don't have money to donate, you can watch the videos, and the ad revenue from those videos goes straight to the Black Lives Matter movement. I think that's all I have to say. I hope so. Thank you guys. See you. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. I was gonna kiss my fingers and do, what am I? Goodbye.